Every few years, Ariana Grande seems to have a new identity. How she looks, acts, and talks today is entirely different than the person she was just a few years ago.
You are a Capricorn and like to follow the world of astrology, yes? I know people love that. People love that thing. That's why people don't like my shows. When we get to the hotel rooms, do you have any weird habits? Come together and share stories and hang out.
Not only did she lose a concerning amount of weight for her recent Disney movie, but she also would get overly emotional during interviews, grabbing tightly onto her co-star for protection or bursting into tears when asked simple questions.
In what ways the person sitting next to you changed you for good?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You good?
Considering how famous Ariana is, she's
You
quite
vibing?
mysterious. On the surface, she appears to be a sweet girl's
I said
girl
well,
who
too
has
much,
suffered a
I fucking
tremendous
throw
amount
up.
of trauma.
Did you?
But when you dive a
I was
little
getting
deeper,
feeling
the
super
cracks in
weird
her
and shit.
facade begin to
And then I
form,
threw up and
and you
started
start to
feeling good.
notice a pattern of destruction
I had like
surrounding
about 2 people. I
Ariana,
was
which
like,
always ended her getting more
started to feel
successful
weird.
and rich. Today we are going
You
to
feel a little
uncover
better?
who Ariana Grande actually
Smoke cigarette?
is and what she is continuing.
Probably
Every
not
few
now.
years, Ariana Grande seems to have a
Alright,
new
man, my bad for
identity.
taking so
How she
long. I'm
looks,
gonna take a
acts,
break.
and talks today is entirely different than the person she was.
Want to put some of that alpha music for alpha music, or want to just have that recording so I can fucking have a time capsule of this trip. I can connect alpha music to that shit.
How I do that again? Boom. Airplay. Nuggets Roku.
I never fucking realized or like thought about how comfortable my room is. Like, it's so cozy. Like,
You made it comfortable.
that's what I've been trying to do for so long. But it feels like I'm finally getting there. Like, I just fucking lay.
volume down?
Damn, I think it's blocking there. Yeah, we even got the switch too. Reconnect it.
I prefer if you keep the window closed.
With the blinds?
Yeah. Oh no, it's not working. I'll just play it like this. Do you care about the lyrics?
That's what I was saying. I wanted a motherfucking.
It doesn't do that. It won't play the lyrics on TV. I've done it on mine. It only does the screen, the album cover.
You forgetting?
No, I swear to God. Unless it's on your music, if you do it, then it'll open up the lyrics. But if I cast it to the TV, I don't think it'll do the
Oh
lyrics.
yeah, casting. Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Did you take all of them?
Why?
He wants one.
I was gonna give him one, but I thought you were gonna get the police.
I am. You're going to work tomorrow.
I was just telling my brother that our room is finally like getting comfortable. Like, it's just cozy. You have to understand. You won't understand. Unless you understand. You know, room is finally looks like a lot in here. It's still very unpacked and cluttered. And the room is like finally it's so comfortable. Damn, bro. You see the part of me come off. It's weird, like I hate that. It smells good, but it's like it smells better, and I can appreciate it more now than I could earlier. I have this fucking other bulb I found in Brad's room. I don't know if I can really do shit in here. It's like what are those things called?
Huh?
What are they called? Like black light? I don't know. Or like not as powerful.
It's a grow light.
Huh?
That's a grow light.
A glow light?
That's a grow light.
This?
Yeah.
How?
That's what you put at night.
That's weird. Isn't it a black light though?
It is.
Oh, they use it for that shit?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
As you didn't notice?
So I was saying, like, fucking. Oh, and especially, like, that green fucking.
Like a spider nest thing?
That green fucking, spring on that fucking thing again. Back there, she's so fucking bright in that light. So where's here? Where is that shit? On here. It's the fucking most bright thing in my room with that shit. It's like they were made to be together.
Oh, yeah.
Why?
That shit's hella exfoliating, bro.
Looks like electricity. How does it do that? How is it so bright compared to like other black light shit?
That's the shit it's made with.
It's like the color.
It's like neon threads. That girl. Who's a fatso? Who's a fatso? Not you. You're barely fat. You're barely fat.
So what's it right here?
No pride. You're looking sweat. What about it?
That shit is right there.
Oh, you're hella ugly.
Like it's parked outside, like on the.
It's okay. Yeah, man. Like, I already think way too much, but this helps me kind of narrow it. You know?
This one?
No.
That's what they were.
This is just some like mid-20s. Yeah, like 20s, 30s, fucking white dude rock music about his girl leaving him. I swear to God, this is the whole thing is. Will you be waiting for me?
There's a weird thing about like when you're, or even like trying to like think about it as like, oh, this is like popular music or whatever. Like, this is music that like the general consensus like voted or like agrees with like they like fuck with or like is like
right here. My bad.
is what they're going through or how they feel.
He's just asking a girl. It's a good song, but it just makes me realize how lonely people are.
It's crazy. It's like this is a song. Like what? I'm trying to say now. It's crazy you can like just say words with like sounds behind them and like that qualifies it as like a song or like art or something compared to like someone else who's just fucking.
Right here? To see you again. So it's about like a dead friend or something. Or somebody.
old and shit.
Huh?
How old and shit.
Old. Let's just say that. This album. See? All this
Dude,
new
really,
shit. 76.
crazy. It's like fucking sounds like something that's like. It's weird to think about like how like labels can like affect songs and shit. Or you like something turns into like dad rock and it's like fucking not gonna be appreciated the same.
No, that's a lot. I was hoping that boys don't cry. See, man, you gotta be listening. Once you're done. Did you hit this?
Right here. So Sam, why don't I connect to my shit? Try again? What did you do? What did you hear?
It goes to this, and then it doesn't play. It's playing.
Oh, maybe I'll turn my T. It's because, yeah, I forgot this TV's fucking dumb. I gotta turn it off. It's crazy with no lights how fucking.
See, I'm up like on 24/7, so this is all I see every night.
It's weird. Mm-hmm. Try again.
It's not playing shit.
Fuck. Why
And
is
then
it?
it goes back. It's just not playing.
I feel like I know the answers. I can't fucking pull it out of my head. Oh, what is this shit? Shit, can you show on that thing? Oh no, that's like sound good. It's on a bigger screen, I can't see. Oh, songs like this, I don't need fucking pay attention as well.
I'll take these off too just because I'm not playing the game. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Just thinking about the way we were raised. Comparing it to other people. And then just comparing it, like thinking about how other people were raised. It's like just completely different. And that's the same for everybody.
I feel like fucking.
That's like worldwide. Feeling.
Yeah.
Every household is like they're somewhat the same, but just different.
It was like always like. Don't chill.
You wanna play music?
I'm trying to fucking see why, if it has. Are any of these your playlists you're listening to right here?
How the fuck you got my shit?
My phone, you on Apple Music.
Yeah, that's all my shit.
That's what I'm saying. It's the shit on there. What?
What I mainly play is just my favorite. That's not my favorite.
Says you're listening to H.
That's the heavy metal.
On your only phone.
What else am I gonna follow, motherfucker?
I don't know how the fuck you do this. Playlist was this shit.
That was with my ex.
How do you find like your? Wouldn't there be like a playlist of just your favorites?
It should be. Go to the first one. What is that? I don't know what that is. Let me check. Music.
Oh, why the hell it's like I'm so confused too. Like what the fuck is going on with like all this weirdness on the screen? Character, like all these characters and shit.
Oh no, that's the Mexican jams. I don't know, it's just favorite. Starred. They don't have that. So I have to add it all to a playlist.
This is your favorites?
Favorite songs.
So you be able to do this and then you just add to fucking just add to new playlist. And then just Oh yeah, you have to keep it public. Put favorites, I don't fucking know. Like everything's
That's gonna put everything.
just enough shit, I think. See, you got the lyrics and shit. It's so fucking big.
This used to be. You know how many times I would listen to this song, fucked up on bars.
I never heard it. Yeah, it's like that.
Lil Peep.
No homicide till this pretty young white bitch shot up in my ride. Took it to the crib and I saw how I died. Ain't like then I wake up and I'm still fucking high. Lord, do I gotta wake up? More wine, baby, pour another cup. Lord, do I gotta wake up? More wine, baby, pour another cup. I just dropped a pill in my champagne. She said she love me, she don't even know my real name.
Facts.
Hopping out the Uber on a
Too
Friday.
much.
Got that bitch her Gucci bag, I bet some cocaine. I've
What are
been
you
living
talking
life
about?
my
That's
way. I
actually
can't
like
fuck
when
with
we
you if we want friends on
I can't.
MySpace. Lord, why do I wanna die? I'ma get a Maserati just to take my life inside. Baby, sip this wine.
I'm saying it's like I feel like at the same time I feel like glad that I'm talking to everybody because I don't think fucking feel bad about it, I guess, or I think I miss people. It's jokes, it's like even then you still miss people because you don't. I don't know.
I had no homicides till this pretty young white bitch shot up in my
I
ride.
just stopped
Took
trying,
it to
bro.
the crib and I saw how I die. Ain't
Because
night.
it was
Then
like
I wake up and I'm still fucking
I'm
high.
putting so much energy and effort into something,
Gotta wake up. More wine,
and I have this
baby,
goal,
pour another cup. Lord,
and it's not the same.
baby, pour another cup.
It's pure entertainment. That's all it is. It's about what you post on Instagram. It's about followers. It's about this when they used to live, man. It's just like fuck it, man. That's a terrible way to live.
I'm with a thick young bitch getting her shoes bought. She like to get the drool off, don't let it ooze off. Before I rap, I make my
It's
name
crazy
in the
how
dough game.
emotionally
But not
roller
just selling
coaster
weed,
it
ice
is,
pills
man.
and cocaine. A whole real
And
million
nobody ever
dollars in the
stops to
feds
think
came.
about
And
it.
I signed a Yo Gotti on my life chain.
And you say, oh, fuck
I don't
it.
regret none. These
But
niggas
it's
never
like,
check
no.
none, they know I'm West on. You trippin', son, I ain't that
That's
nigga
like
with
saying
the
you
best
can't
on.
stop thinking
Chasing
about it
man,
because
10
it's
feelings
really
on my neckline. On my
Yeah.
phone, to the feds, got me 10 G's. On Papa level BP, then a short sleeve. I told the 50 these for sale, we don't snort these. I got a play with made them wait until the nurse leave. Yo can't work, but I done spent replacing car keys. A bitch nigga killer dead, it made my heart leave. We lock these, throw C's, and we drive V's. I got a love-hate relationship with our weed. I heard niggas falling off, nigga, not me. I heard niggas getting soft, nigga, not me. I heard love getting
You
bought,
can't,
nigga,
bro.
not me.
You
I
can't get
heard
soft.
20 getting chopped, nigga, not me. I
You
heard niggas
said
falling off, nigga, not me. I heard
you
niggas
can't
getting
get
soft,
soft.
nigga, not me. I heard love getting bought, nigga, not me. I heard 20 getting chopped, nigga, not me. Nigga thought about it this on.
This is
Shortly after
ridiculous.
that, Headstone got pissed off. Been on. Call it pick and roll so we can get on. Turn on televisions when we sit on them. Property of fourth, I still live on it. That's granny shit. I was like 12 and a half when I was
That's
headed
all it's
blick.
about.
Walked on 12 and a half. He dismantle shit. Told me fall back and just rap. Finna handle it, yeah, but couldn't manage it.
Until I can find
Great bodily
somebody
injury, call
who
the
don't give
damage.
a fuck
Scully
about
for that
none of
tip that
that
you
shit.
pull. I'm demanding it. Glock 20, Gym 4 bulky, I'm one handing it. Frat knives with 40s and nickels, them ham sandwiches. You run away if you ain't getting to the pay. They
And I'm
gon' plug us
completely
in if
cool
I
with it.
facilitate
That's
the
the
play.
difference.
You on black and white,
It's like, I'm
candy
cool
fuck,
with
son of
not
May.
fucking with
Fucking with the
nobody.
hood to say she and fuck who ain't.
I heard niggas falling off, nigga, not me. I heard
Because
niggas
it's
getting
like,
soft, nigga, not me. I heard love getting bought, nigga, not me. I heard 20 getting chopped, nigga, not me. Not me. Not me. Not me.
I feel like it's just weird. It's like the 1 in a million like reason like you like are like you become like who you are and shit. Makes it like seem like why it's so hard to like imagine like someone else is gonna be
They're
like
picking good ass songs.
this way.
They're picking good ass songs.
It does.
Oh, for real, they're picking. Oh, you're right. I'm done.
Gotta give sacrifice, gotta pray, yeah. Gotta learn how to deal with certain things, yeah. I know a lot of niggas kill for my place, yeah. I know a lot of niggas kill anyway. I got a whole lot of love, ain't no hate. Got a whole lot of love, ain't no hate, yeah. That's why I learned how to deal with the pain, hey. I learned how to deal with the pain. Hustle like me, nigga, no one. Who you gon' put a sun on? Nigga, know I come from. Yeah, whole lot of doubters like me down if I won. Yeah, whole lot of losses, but no damn it, I won. Yeah, know that. The block I'm gon' hold that. With the rock, I'm gon' hold that shit down like a fullback. Beside rapping, trapping, what the only thing I was good at. Beside capping, clapping, what the only thing I was good at. Nigga, self-made, young nigga, had big figures. I'm trying to have 10 figures, yeah. All this pressure, all these lessons, let my mind clear. Yes, I've been patient for a minute, I know my time near. Yeah, gotta give sacrifice, gotta pray. Yeah, gotta learn how to deal with certain things. Yeah, I know a lot of
Rest in
niggas
peace.
kill for my place. Yeah, I know a lot of niggas kill anyway. I got a whole lot of love, ain't no hate. Got a whole lot of love, ain't no hate. Yeah, that's why I learned how to deal with the pain. Hey, I learned how to deal with
But that's a big lie. That's a big lie. Because I got a whole lot of hate. But it's just for myself. And I push it on to other people so much. Like something I feel so bad for is the neighbor. I know he hates my guts, bro.
I mean, you fucking knows who you are.
He does.
Something that I don't think about the neighbor is how he fucking thinks.
I don't know, bro. I feel like he does. Because the first time I met him, all I did was stare at him. And there were so many times where he'd come outside and he could ask moved. And there was one day, he just kept saying every time we get out of the car, you just can't be so mad. And there's just no reason why you just can't be so mad. And he was only saying it to piss me off. There was no reason for him to be saying that out loud. Every time he got home and got out the car. You know what I'm saying? So there's a difference. Like, there's no reason. If you didn't care about me, you wouldn't have said that shit. So it's definitely, you probably don't like me because it's just the way I fucking stared at him and mad dogged him every single time I looked at him. All I want to be like is, my bad, bro. Like, if you ever took it or thought I felt some way, it was just myself.
Huh? I take a 7 off, make
Every
it
time I
21
look
like
at you, I
I'm
look at
10
myself, and I was like,
nigga,
fuck
your
you.
bitch picking and choose, we got this shit. Give me the ball
For
like
real.
dunk on nigga, act like I'm 6 something. Brought the tool in here like he tryna fix something. All this weight around the trap spot look like a gym, baby. Bro got a 40 land on his shirt like Sean Kemp,
Took
baby.
all it out on
Smoking
him.
on something got me higher than
For
a
what?
blunt, baby. You can't play me
He's
like
probably
these
having a
niggas, I
good
ain't one of
ass
them,
day.
baby. 23,
For real.
cool. Drop the top, show my ass. You ready to die?
Wait, what was yesterday? Did you not notice how every time I came outside, he opened his garage?
You better not play with nobody in this bitch, nigga. We gon' crash.
Every time I came outside, he opened his
Shut up,
garage.
nigga. Yeah, switch your
The
lanes,
motherfucker don't like
watch
me.
me cut up, nigga.
And I just
I
felt
got
so
2
bad.
Michael Vick's left, give me 3 of I gotta take a power now, this are beating me. You on that post shit, bitch, don't even call my phone.
Because this is what's in my head.
Bitch shit, please just leave me alone. We move that shit with quickness, we gon' get it gone. It's like me and broke bitches just don't get along. She know I love that thick shit, that shit turn me on. Hey, babe, you love delicious, some eat you out the bone. Hey, she ain't get her ass did, that shit homegrown. I ain't never did no snitch shit, I don't need condone. I take a 7 off, make it 21 like I'm Tim Duncan. Nigga, your bitch picking and choose, we got this shit.
That's what I realized.
Give me the ball, I dunk on nigga, act like I'm 6 something.
The bars was everything, bro. It's still
All
on.
this weight around the trap spot like a gym, baby. Bro got a
Because I
40
want
on
to do
his
them
shirt
so
like
bad.
Sean Kemp, baby. I'm smoking on something, got me higher than a
But
blunt,
I don't know
baby.
what the fuck I'm
You
gonna
can't
do.
play me like them niggas, I ain't one of them,
I got a gun. I got 2 guns, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that.
Huh. Hey guys, let's do one of those no melody songs. That'll be so creative.
Wendigo? What type of name is that?
Yes! Yes! I'm smoking gas in my chambers like it's the Holocaust. Pull up with AK on my rifle, that's what the Holocaust. She just said you won't be successful making those animations. Shut your apple eating ass up and do some laminations. I tear a page out the Bible if I be out of paper. Niggas worshiping idols, put acid in your wafers. Said you won't be successful getting that booming. Did I ask you, pussy nigga, you a human? And I'ma be a star soon. Maybe like Ahab hit that nigga with the harpoon. Say me, I may have pulled a trigger, ate some hard shrooms. Maybe I'm fade dead, but I wiggle like a cartoon.
That's my biggest problem is
I feel
ignorance.
like a cartoon. I'm in your devices, perpetuate your vices in crisis. But I'm the nicest, always eat your favorite. Pay attention to the prices, don't be made into a sucker. You won't have enough for supper, keep your numbers on. Subway in my seat and steady on the carpet. I'll park it and then I spark it, no marketing. Hit targets, hit like a guitar pick that's strumming. I like a drum that be gunning you down for fun. I chuckle and then I run. Run up, I dump it out, you wanna thump it out, coke and I'm out. My bitch gotta lump it out, don't do no arguments, pull up, no parking it. You hear the sound when my niggas is sparking it. I got 2 hands on that bitch, I won't double back. I got that cookie, a double wrap. I got gelato and Cuban tobacco. I popped the new bottle and blew out a back.
There's still days when I come downstairs and I
I'm
look
chewing
at
on
it
you
and
and
I'm
don't
like,
know what to do with the goo. You a slimy ass nigga, you drip like a garbage bag. You know, always pull up with a larger
for no
grip like a
reason.
armory. Niggas got no chance of harming me. Smoke up a garden G, I think it harder me. I am not hurt. My pain is
You
too
know, I
far
have
to
to
see,
stop
bitch,
and
and we
think,
can't
like,
get no music, not the weed.
why
Popping a
you,
bottle, we popping me waddle. I ain't never done. Picking the
you know what I'm
girl, I'm
saying?
fucking a model. I stay as
So
a
what
draw
did
your
she
life
do
is
to you?
must have been awful.
Not a
Nobody read
fucking
no
thing.
more. I stay on the screen, you whore. You pay to get
Besides
seen,
care
you whore.
about
Don't play
you.
for no team, I'm bored.
Still comes to your
Like an
feet,
asshole, walking that bitch with a
wagging her
brick at your
tail.
castle. You one of them niggas, not bricks, a satchel. That shit
Gets excited every time you water her bowl.
Why I got tassels on it?
She knows you're thinking about it.
Supersonic Uber vacuum, bitch. I pack a smack and list my dick attack. I slip inside the pack.
She knows you're the one who gets her food.
Pringles can, let's get it cracking, bitch. Nigga, bring it down.
You know what I'm saying?
Bring it down. Bring the smoke. Bring the smoke, bitch. I'm feeling great.
She's awake right now. She's chilling.
Bring the smoke, bitch. I'm feeling great.
Fake something just to get this
Fuck your
love.
fate, change your fucking state. Under sewer grates, put the rip, I be lace. Go outside and catch a case, the pussy wet from the mace. Riot dying in the street, keep up the pace. Fuck you slow it, before we racing on our feet, we move a haze. I'm amazed, all these niggas falling off. 314, all these other rappers soft. Spider gang, chop a cop.
They're really good at singing.
I look greater than presidents.
I can just like it.
Presidents got a roster of presidents.
I'm good. I realize that. I'm really good at picking songs. I can pick the fuck out of the song.
Keep the lead in the upper. Get to poppin', you chop it like the seven spirit, and I drop it dead and in heaven we're poppin'. Bitch, I'm smoking heat like a oven. Hansel and Gretel. 17 inside your neighborhood. Can I handle the kettle? Double gloving, I'm buzzing, gripping the metal. Spin a dozen and dip before he can settle. He want beef with it, chicken, I'm smoking nigga.
Just off of hearing the shit I listen to,
Use my
I don't
machine
even know
to
what
make
it
you a
was
mystery. Like Scooby-Doo,
if I want to follow a bunch of bitches and they play my playlist, bro.
pull me in cause she's suitable, irrefutable. Run up on you, make you a victim. I'm the fucking shooter. I pay for features, I lick 'em. Watch your damn computer. Back in high school, they took my scooter. They made me a looter. I swear I ain't need no tutor. Born a true intruder. I'm smoking gas in my chambers like it's the Holocaust. Pull up with AK on my rifle, that's what the Holocaust. He just said you won't be successful making those animations. DJ and a doctor got no patience. I feel like a cartoon. Bitch. Bitch. I feel like a cartoon.
And it sucks because I can't change it. I fucking love this.
really can't think right now. I wanna sing, but I ain't getting no drink. Shawty say she need me, and I ain't never needed her, not for anything, and it don't make sense to me. All I ever need is fucking tray, and all of this money, and you motherfuckers sticks with me. Why the fuck shot me? Fuck her, fuck her, you know I get down top. Good ass nigga pull up fresher than a newborn. This shit just got the pistol, this that newborn. 3 5 I can do for him. Take off his arm. The first shot, that's the alarm. You gon' see about 20 niggas right behind me and they all on. Post up in that knob like nigga, I ain't got no words. My mama tell me fuck a nigga, she that one to come through swerve. He said on Instagram, he better shoot so he can't shoot no more. Back then on side the city stuck like boy, you know you better home. You stuck like shit'll never go. My son be screaming gang gang. His mama call my phone every time she know I love the same niggas. Fuck all that funny cause I won't collect your wine. If you knew how close I was to get you, we won't do the same. Got something man down, you don't know where we ran down. What them niggas saying now, not a motherfucking thing. Catch you with your pants down, bitch, you ain't gotta stand. You know the only reason that we came in contact for the leaders. Say nothing on me, now this ain't no rap money. Nah, I just pass it to my young and he gon' clap something. You know we load up soon as we get the drop on. Just keep on with that rah-rah. We spinning while that cops out. Poppin' boo-boos in like I'm a junkie. I don't get no fuck, but the
People are about to kill themselves, they give their things away.
Get your whatever, I got my cake up. Little nigga, hey. Got up for different shit, boy, you ain't on that. Let's count some heads. Nothing on me, now this ain't no rap, man.
Just randomly.
Pass it to my young and he gon' clap something. You know we load up soon as we get the drop on.
I thought you were saying that because you noticed that I was giving you all my shit.
Bro, we got make sure one dollar. If we don't go, then it don't happen, cause them niggas ain't gon' come this way. Ain't words, no, it's dumb this way. Ain't enough for what my mama say. That bitch, I'm down inside my way. Screaming, kill me, bitch, I miss me, Jay. Bro, back inside the cage. When you think the gang, I'm on the same. Put 2 of them bitches up, it's up, and still got more in vain. Forget about what you did, my nigga. I just don't know about them niggas. Don't know how I could've been. But it's good, I respect your call, my nigga. My kitchen. Shawty said she need me, and I ain't never needed her, not for anything, and it don't make sense to me. All I ever need is fucking trail, a minute, and all of this money, and these motherfuckers stick to me. All these fucking shots me. Fuck her, fuck her, you know I get down top.
Because I've seen plenty of videos saying like it is the worst thing to happen, but as life goes, people carry on.
My stick and turn a dreadhead, Mr. Clean. Been rocking custom dreads since 2017. She from the other side, made her throw 33.
Shit since 2013, I can't stress about that bitch because I'm with that whole knee. Touchdown, OT, I'm trying to see what I can see. She in the knees, I look down and told her, be all you need me. Put your phone on D&D.
That's her life, get it with me. Seven letter on the jeans, but she know I keep it peak. I can tell she proud of me, cause she been proud on my feet. I be back, I left a band on the dresser, you can keep it.
Take this as that.
This is not a regular G. I hit the gas, she said to make her pussy wet. This whole free, she over me. Every time I call, she underneath. She said she tired of me out all night running the shit. Come over there. I had a pilot, so I'm out of pocket, but I wanted it.
Put her in some dark shot red, she can't get up. Pull up, she looking on me like a ring clock. Big roll, I'm on a paper roll like key clock. Feeling on me, plus this bankroll, don't need clock. Red bottom heels, but she on her knees, man. Sign on the door, tell her man's the key
These
card.
broke niggas got my name in their mouth. He can't fuck you on the couch at his mama house. And I up a couple hundred, I ain't running out. Money and murder, loyalty, that's what it's all about.
Jump ball, Julio, Ocho on the rock.
I
She
feel
be
that's how it
talking
goes
about her
with
niggas,
everything.
gang gon' kick her out. You bringing up that
You
nigga,
can say that
not
with
around.
everything.
Watch
I
her
just
dance
wish I
on
was
the floor,
better.
go up and down. And she tell me that she camera shot, let's make it DVD. Baby, tell me that you love me, let me see your EBT. I'm just trying to test your gangster, bust it down and keep it lean. Police actions play dumb, no, you ain't get that shit from me.
That's just being negative, I guess. As they say,
Certified level boy, why you always
see the
question?
brighter
Cause I ain't
side of
prepared, bro. I got
things.
this big blush and I've been in it like money Floyd per 10 bucks and I yapped and I'm feeling good. I'm supposed to make you understand when I'm misunderstood. How you gonna turn your back and say it's all love? How you go against the cheat code? That is not love. Stepping on like my feet cold. I'm so fired up.
It really is. As simple as it is. At the same time, it's super simple. Just live. My head's so against me. I didn't stop doing the pills, I would have been just like that. Besides beating women when they're hit a woman. But that's his part, you know?
Everything I touch turn to fucking gold. Might touch. Hey. I'm glad I wasn't born a mosquito. Cause nigga, I bite my drip too. Big rock in the Cuban, legit like a fossil, like Nanny McPhee with the big tooth. Everybody see feet when they put it in the ground. I don't care if you swole or 6'2". You'll die in the Uber, your car, and that shop no deposit. I pull up and fix you. Bounced out on his ass at the Bank of America. ATM seen him and withdrew. Nigga play with that chicken, that bitch, but ran beat on your head like the hens do. I dig up a hole and dump in your yard and post on your shit like a fence do. Put a bitch in a hole like Perry the Platypus. When I see red, I ain't thick on the ground, but it's on camera and crazy. I know it's the face app. If you own me shit, don't be posting it rich. I'm collecting your shit like steak tax. You were tired of this jersey, that number was on. Don't nothing feel better than payback. Big cut me at school, I got rich and I fucked out. Nothing they told her, don't take that. Big time pop out with dripping, believe I can fly free ride, but I piss on my whole tooth. Boy, time out a box on the back, I ain't talking about no track when I said we got pro tools. He recording the bitch, pull up to a session and sitting in the back like he's vocal. I'm a freak to the wall, but somebody tell someone I'm trying to get wet up his nose. If I was Martin, I would've shot bruh man. Fed Jet did a C1 on deathpan. First brother, I pull up with big fin. Switch sound like a shootout with sick men. Nigga died, just troll him, big win. If you spending with me, nigga, get in. 5'9" with a Draco on 6'10". He get found in a place you can fish in. If I was Martin, I would've shot bruh man. Fed Jet did a C1 on deathpan. First brother,
That was one of the first tattoos I wanted on my face was nobody.
Nigga died, just troll him, big win. If you spending with me, nigga, get in. 5'9" with a Draco on 6'10". He get found in a place you can fish in.
Just to give him
Fuck
some
nigga play,
respect.
get found in the lake. I feel like John with the glass 17. I call it, but I used to stay with my Drake. Lately been stacking them hundreds inside of my shoe, but I forgot that I had me a safe. I've been walking on all of these beats. Ain't my car in the shop and I don't got a way out. I walk like I don't got a ride. He might just fuck up your eyes. I'm sticking dick in her back. You probably think she from Florida, I'll make her get tired. I'm from that 4, but I'm around my 5. Better get you some tissue, he ready to shine. But we strictly been running up money. Catching the pay, feel better than committing a crime. If I was Martin, I would've shot bruh man. Fed Jet did a C1 on deathpan. First brother, I pull up with big fin. Switch sound like a shootout with sick men. Nigga died, just troll him, big win. If you spending with me, nigga, get in. 5'9" with a Draco on 6'10". He get found in a place you can fish in. If I was Martin, I would've shot bruh man. Fed Jet did a C1 on deathpan. First brother, I pull up with big fin. Switch sound like a shootout with sick men. Nigga died, just troll him, big win. If you spending with me, nigga, get in. 5'9" with a Draco on 6'10". He get found in a place you can fish in.
This is straight from everything.
That shit crazy. Niggas still ain't touch that stuff. I'm finna tell y'all I have to watch this shit.
He told the police that I put him on the ground, but he's a grown-ass man, so how the fuck do that sound? Walk up on him, right hook, I guarantee it, knock him down. Punched him in his mouth, had that nigga blood leaking out. Yeah, and I ain't gotta lie, did too much. That was some with time I had to sacrifice. Look, brother trying to slide, I hope he know I'm rocking bikes. I always sliding with 4-5s, the fuck I look like turning on and on. Headshot, little bro, got expertise, I bet he hit a face. Candlelights and body bags, we giving families rainy days. He say he broke the bitch and he don't even got no cable. I dropped the shot and make them niggas scatter all over the place. Told my brother switch the A, cause he got the long heart. It ain't shit to sell the hoe some dreams so she can get a job. This bougie bitch hard maintenance, give her bags and put a wig on top. And Curtis Jackson clip, cause this Glock 33 hold 50 shots. How the fuck you back in sex and turn around and write a statement? How the fuck you said my shit was weak but told me I'm gonna make it? And I'm ceremonies for this shit like take me to a banquet. Better duck your head cause we the real life dark and dangerous nigga, yeah. I'm outside and trying to hit hit. Couldn't up funk with them, they said we beefing but nobody did. Nigga should've put him in his skin, said he lost his jazz, kept blowing up my phone about a hole and she got left on red. Yeah. Cause nigga she'll leave her, she'll choose. She tryna sell my game, I told her hit the road and sell her cooch. Hit the butter left and tell my sticks finna do what it do. Might pop the homie up and do him like I'm Tupac off of juice. Yeah, nigga.
understand how much you love me. That's why I care so much about you. This is a perfect example. This kid was 21. He killed 10 people.
We all got clock, one had dad, but all got shot. I scratch off, I can't get box, don't blow my gun, aim my
He's letting it all get to him. I mean, where he's from is a big example, but, you know, still, it's just let the fucky get to you. No, I'm not.
We can pull up to your crib and come right in and ain't gon' knock. The ghost, we looking for hands attack, we catch him, his ass done. I got new ops, don't even know they ass, but auntie in my lungs. Too many beans, we playing lazy, flash as fast, that boy come run. He can't come around the block if they send shots, his ass gon' run.
He's yet to disappoint you.
Trying to get my dollars up, since I want that G-Wagon, she want that barber shop. You been calling like a pop,
And that's something, again, being so observant. All he wants is someone to be loved. Have you noticed that? That's all this motherfucker wants. And he just continues to make music about trying to find love. These hoes doing him dirty. And that's where it also makes it hard to want to get into a relationship. Because it's like, you see this motherfucker doing this so big, buying cars, changing bitches' lives. And they can't get into their head to stick it with somebody. I feel like they're scared, bro. Honestly. I feel like girls are scared to give 100% honesty and faithfulness to one person. Because that one person doesn't, that's what it is. It's everybody's so worried about who's going to do who wrong. The victim part. So that's why I also can't, like, with my ex, I'm talking to someone. She said, I'm pretty sure I already told you. Like, she continues to throw in my face how she has dudes who are willing to buy her whatever, but she doesn't want them. And it's like, when I talk to her, she clearly wants to be with me, but she doesn't want to rush into things. And she's so consistently thinking that I'm her, or all I want her is for something, and vice versa. And it's like, I don't know what she wants. I'm willing to give my heart and all.
days, just in case the drama comes. Living safe, you want a burger, and my mama one. Nobody used to want a Mercedes, I want
I think she's too scared of that. Because the life she lives now is too free. She does what she wants, how she wants. Me being with her is not going to change anything. I'm not going to, here's these cuffs. Now be my fucking slave. Like, no, it's not going to be nothing like that. But, like, I don't know what the fuck. She also knows how I am somewhat. The ignorant side, because she's seen a lot of it.
Glizzy on me when I shoot it, that bitch go black. Talking out your neck, I don't think you won't do that. Got some steppers with me, nigga, and that's a fact. And we all up them souls, I bet you niggas can't copy that. When we pull up, our four doors open, and that's a fact. Yeah, the driver jump out too, I bet you niggas ain't heard of that. Bitch, that Michael Drake, I got it, but you niggas been knew that. We just sent another up, now flame them up, that's a new pack. Band on niggas, that's me, cause ain't no chance you make it back. We just go ahead and do the biddy on the hunt for new iPads.
The whole song is about just looking for motherfuckers.
Better relax, cause if I catch you, yeah, that's 50 shots sent straight to your head. I got 4 for the 100 on the threat, bitch, where you at? Got the house in the road, different flavors.
For real, that's all he wants to do is kill
I
people.
told y'all last, I'm done with that. But for them, got the load, if you need them, hit the jack. Bitch, I'm sliding in the band, cause they done burnt up the scat pack. And all you pussy niggas' hands, I get the drop to where you at. Come and kick down your front door, got my little snipe waiting in your back. All you niggas playing gangsta fairy tale, it's just an act. And all that bapping ass rapper ain't gon' get you shit but death. And if I'm ever in that room, I ride not talking.
And that's something I realized too, a lot of friends who were crash outs, they're just her children. Literally. To the finest detail, her little children. Defensive mode.
Got a coach and change the grill. Let your cleats when you in that field, cause it surely get real. And watch these niggas cause they be 12. And watch these niggas cause they be 12. Go.
Fight or flight. Worried about the next person getting them. So what are you gonna do when you worried about this person's on your back? You gonna fuck around and get that person before they get you. And then so on and so forth. But this shit, a whole different meaning of life. If I could go on to this meaning of life, I fucking would. I do not think they'd fuck with me. I'm being for real. Very old school. Very much would shoot you in your shit. And not give a fuck. On some like, these are the type of people that have a big ass family quinceañera type shit. And you would come through thinking shit was sweet. And then you get shot in your face. And a couple cousins just pull you when the party continues. For real. Like you thought your death was the climax of the party. No, the music continues. Sorry for that, guys. Go play. Don't worry about this shit. Look at this fucking photo, bro. That motherfucker is feeling himself to the fullest. Yeah. Shoot your shit with his gun. For real, old school. I love their lifestyle, bro. Old school takes just and they're so respectful, bro. Who has more respect? Loving nobody. That's all they give a fuck about. Be cool, be respectful. You might fuck around with the coolest people in the world. You might know that they killed them 20 people. For real. Killed 20 people. You couldn't even sense it from these motherfuckers. Might have killed a motherfucker 15 minutes before you met him.
La cárcel y los
And you didn't
panteones
mind.
están llenas de
But never got the fucking vibe. You hug this dude and his grandma.
ganarse el dinero.
Like 7 pussies from him, you know what I'm saying? This cool ass
Trae
view.
una soborba negra y una de doble cabina. Es una
And the next one's his truck.
4x4 la que le hace más esquina. En California las carga hasta los
This
de
4-4,
Carolina.
this truck.
Sus primos Emerson Salas y también Lupillo Olvera.
It's so simple. It's crazy, bro. Just give him a couple beers and
Hacen
then
bandas
fucking
de saludo
chillin'.
atravesando fronteras. Los hermanos Tijerina que en Reynosa se pasean. Su hermano Ricky Rodríguez del Rojo es inseparable. Se dan la vida uno al otro y no les temen a nadie por la buena.
If you know some Mexican bitches and you play this shit, they gonna know it. Oh, for real? They gonna be like, where you know that shit? Who you know? Type shit. You just gotta hit them with the, I already know. It's me. It's me. How do you know that shit? Another one. With a big ass chopper in his hand. No bugs given. Oh, this song's so good.
Dijo que era traficante que andaba buscando un socio que
Shows you the English lyrics.
Estaba para hacer negocio, así llegó a la frontera, muy cerca de Valle Hermoso. Cuando se echa una mentira o que se come un pescado, hay que mirar las espinas y tener mucho cuidado por no hacer caso a este dicho, a muchos los han matado. Todo aquel que vende hierba y no tiene hierbería pone a pensar a la gente, también a la policía. Es normal que se pregunten de dónde la sacaría. Tomándose una cerveza, muy alegre se veía. Con alguien cerró un negocio en que muy rico se haría, porque sabía que aquel trato él nunca lo cumpliría. El chiste de ser torero es aguantar las jornadas como el hombre no cumplió. Un día por la madrugada lo hallaron hecho pedazos, tenía la boca quemada. Ya con esta me despido, ya cumplí con mi misión. La moraleja está clara, hay que aprender la lección, que por un piquete de ojos cualquiera se va al panteón.
My fat shit baller black and I wanted to be just like her. She put up on me, I made her jaw sore, she's on her cycle. I already know that I was gonna work some ends, I got some cycle.
I bet you feel cool as fuck in the background with that umbrella.
Don't play
Yeah,
Kyle, blood,
I'm
you
happy
take my
to see
name in
you
the
front under the back.
Treat me righteous, get my bitch don't like the lyrics to my song, but I ain't write it. We got chopped.
So much so you got the other two at the end to hold the fucking umbrella.
I thought Victor was walking.
I don't know what it is. I hate this dude's voice. So much so I found like 4 songs of this album just because he opened up. I swear to God.
20,000 off a sorry ERD the new season, yeah. I'ma put a show on every time and watch them niggas watch. They know I blow blocks and I apply pressure every time, nigga. I won't stop. If you on paperwork, the bitch gave a nigga 40K and told me make it work. Drop the whole nigga, whole track. I gotta kiss it first. Nigga wanna argue with the hoe because I hit it first. Bitch, I got my name at the bank. I got my chicken up. Hoe was trying to offer me a shot. I had a double cup. 3 white bitches in the truck. They finna fuck it up. 4 chains on me to the neck and I ain't tucking nothing. Bitch, I'm a grown ass man. This a plain watch, bro. Nigga all up in my business sipping fake watch. Catch a fake shot. Pussy hate from the sideline to a fake eye.
Gotta pull me closer, yeah. Reach plays, I rock the crowd, I'm Dion up in ball, okay. I'm from Oakland. The Reaper dumped my cards, I played, I won like it was Pokemon. Bed bugs on 2 different drugs, roller coaster, hands up, oh yeah. I got your friends up. I'm like Whitney at the hotel, I can't pull my pants up. Across the bridge, first stop, dry fry, sand top, that shit.
I feel bad.
22nd on my back, I'm Derrick Henry, yeah, it's hot.
22nd on my back, I'm in Smith when I'm in Dallas. All I asked know what's up, who was the first was playing tackles. Freedom members out the cage. Seeing grand flips like 50-20s, that shit left me bad.
The same shit.
The book of flight, be out the country with my 87
over potatoes. The orange shit.
Spend my left pocket inside and I walked out that
Pork,
bitch tram.
potatoes, green beans.
Any mashed potatoes. We just adding to the sky. On the big. I got white house, I got bigs going crazy on the boat. I got white house, I got bigs.
Gonna taste like that.
I'm trying to split a nigga wig.
That's because again, my metabolism, I can go days without eating and not even notice that shit. Yeah, that's day by day. I love the beat. You go crazy.
She crazy, they might take it from my mom, slam my drink. If we go down, she ain't gon' say, nigga a clown. You run it down when she go down, get out my way. Wish my bro would've never crashed that someone care, they call that K, left when I was down. Now I'm always trying to come around, that shit is fake, no Christmas present. When I wait, so I'm to your hill, so I'm gonna take this 10 mil, line shit up. Slumming nigga leg, clear and shake. I don't give a fuck how much when I get, I cannot change my way. I don't regret no shit I did in the past, I cannot change my day. For the deal on the block, the way too, got yourself all these days. Don't give a fuck, you don't come and move out, but y'all nigga get paid. She came to the party, you keep on calling the phone, you don't get stayed. Fuck boy, shouldn't play, yeah, wish it did, He got smoke, so he told the pills to dead to dead. She said, rack this so long, so big got legs, so I live. I make sense, but I'm still here, so I'ma keep praying till my dead come. Going small that door, chance going off, blow it, the hot dot to some gunfire, so my fight tell me how the fuck not cool. That bitch ain't nigga on 5 hours, you know we did one, how we do it. Before niggas think that Popeye ain't cook my shit right, he that short. $5 fill up for the nigga away and buy me, Floyd. Me and the bro mine, I felt like Batman and Robin, Lord. We fucking you on so good, she the way to count it. Strong, got the whole demon times, but I tell the story about it. She do it. She crazy, they might take it from my mom, slam my drink. If we go down, she ain't gon' say, nigga a clown. You run it down when she go down, get out my way. Wish my bro would've never crashed, man, someone care, they call that K, left when I was down. Now I'm all trying to come around, that shit be fake, no Christmas present. When I wait, so I'm to your hill, so I'm gonna take this 10 mil, line shit up. Slumming nigga,
Yeah,
ain't clean, but shake, don't give a fuck.
Same with smoking. Like I smoke so much, I'll smoke when my hair's black. Yeah, that makes me feel good. Yeah, I'm more. He's just so used to it. You know? Smoke a cigarette, and that will just keep going back to back.
They don't even want to pass me a target. One who comes to school, they act like I can shit up in our party. No, my DB dead,
That's the way that pussy keep on falling. Say what bitch, drew down on his out that bleak that had on sharp. Outside the road, drunk hell, keep telling them this ain't why I'm apart. If I can't put on the car, I fuck you, baby, that this ain't why I start. In the water, big shark, and that jerk get hit hard. Full of stick, ain't a nigga with a switch, move real quick, boy. They know we don't bleed, boy, gang on the phone, we sit form. So can't stay down, this shit ain't gon' take long to get informed. You can't even understand what she's saying, I know my bitch foreign. Oski said they gon' kill me, I ain't worried, I know this bitch blowing. Got a creep vet on this bitch, that's why this bitch showing. She just like the rest of them little bitches, all these bitches going. Daddy selling dope, mama having hope. My mama slut, so I can't stand no double daddy hope. When I try to help the league, I know I had them folk. Just I'll put him in the pad and nigga has to go.
Like, well, you can't blame him. He just said his mom's a slut. So you can't blame this man for being the way he is. Dad's a dope dealer, mom's a hoe.
This beat go crazy.
Keep my distance from these niggas, always keep it business. Really come from rag to riches, still packing pistols. Nigga know I brag different, know I bag different. Fast cars and bad women, that's the shit I'm into. I wanna know what shit I saw, if it's so sentimental. Nigga know he ain't come to play, we might have to bench you. It be hard to hide the scars, all the shit I've been through. Hunting beats, getting a 10, working on my mental. Yeah, I gotta make it home, I gotta protect the brand. But all the shit I sacrificed, it made me to a man. They said it was destined for some shackles, now it's where I'm in. Bro, $1 million nigga, but he still a billionaire. Been in ugly corners, bro, wiping nigga down, and he want promoted. We used to piece up on $1 for Arizona. Ain't nobody gon' hand it to you, bro, you gotta want it. And you well, I'm like, why I get better with time? Need my piece to the pie, I put in the grind. Been a hell of a ride, a hell of a life. See the stars and some lines, just look at the lights. Childhood trauma, it made me a monster. They asked me why your favorite rapper, the Drake in the closet. Please don't make me bring it out, this shit can get violent. It took so long to come up, I guess it's just time. Nigga want the mansions and 12 hot garages. Man, this shit is in my heart, just let me be honest. They said the brokers on the road, it's always the loudest. On my way, I'ma grind, these niggas be proud of me. On this mic, I'm fake, my niggas know I miss them. I send all my niggas pictures, I've been paying attention. That's why I cherish every moment, hold on to my memories. I know when it's said and done, that they gon' remember me.
Damn, Soldier, this shit slapping, nigga. Bitch. Bitch. And boy, I started boys all that shit walk down there. The little bit electric, bro, this the platinum one. Gang was finna rob him. I said no way until his taxes come. Bitch made me so mad right then, bro. I can't even pass the blunt. Let anything keep pressing up, but I spin gon' look like Taz or something. Shit, my car, this shit bad or something. Walk hard, wish that I had me some. I got 3 whips and big dog shit. I heard their face wasn't even having nothing. Hop out the whip with 2 sticks on me. I bet you thought I ain't have it on me. I put a box in the back of my jeans, now my shit shoot faster. Yeah, I don't care about the hoes you with, just know my shit way better. Track out, hell yeah, all black caddy. Yeah, let me know if it's beef, we come fresh shit like patties. Your little bitch is free, she more green than St. Patty. Man, how your bitch more green than St. Patty? She probably even more green on St. Patty's than this shit crazy. Trying to bitch, die, bitch, yeah. Ha! When I get that mode, I'm a whole different nigga.
Yeah, it's late. It feels late.
Get in the car, try to look in the ceiling. Gotta pop a little more, cause I come from the trenches. Yeah. The ARP got like 60, remind me the cost of my penny. Give me everything in your pockets, that's what it costs to keep living. Nigga, everything that I be talking, I even saw her dick. Don't want the song on my nose to play in the car with his niggas. She want the songs on my phone to play in the car with her bitches. Fuck it, I sent it, but only to her when I drive in the demon, you might see a blur. Dude say I need to come to the church. It's only right, I'm gonna come on the shirt. Nigga, it ain't no 6'2", the clip don't come with a curve. I put a box in the back of my gym, now my shit shoot faster. Yeah, I don't care about the hoes you with, just know my shit way better. Track out, Hellcat, all black caddy. Yeah,
Weird, like forget all the shit like
shit like Patty. Man,
in my head.
she more great than St. Patty.
What are those shit?
This little polo guy could catch me and I'm still gon' tote my racks. Do a little broke ass off a pint, but make him sing like the jack. And one of my homies never had shit white growing up, so he fell in love with the jack. Drunk and dumb if you want to. I can get you going if I want to. Oh yeah, fell in
It's
love
like
with nobody just tell him kid when I want to. Set it up with them so fat boy from the reach.
it's like a computer on an air screen.
With this shit, I swear if we blow,
What?
blow
It's like a computer on an
What's up
air
with the
screen,
hype? Tell me why little
but
dude
you
got
can
a
only
gun.
see so much, but in the background there's something going on. Oh, but you said you can't explain it. That shit you're thinking about, and it's like an error on a computer screen. So on the screen, all you see is just the error, but then in the background of the computer, there's a lot of shit going on.
Almost had to stop the DJ out cause he ain't wanna play it back. They run rappers talk about my shit hard, hell no, I ain't saying back. I was bad, my bitch asked how to put her hair, I say slay back. These niggas be team on my side, I hate these niggas might get away. Been used to limits growing up, so we hop in the shark, we dark the bitch. Walk out away with a couple of them checks when you up in the shade, you off the bitch. It's all be cool, the way to be hot, but between that shit, I fall shit. No, he ain't my homie, so when we get up on his ass, we taking up all shit.
Where's see-through dog? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, so what we're gonna do is get upstairs because I was smoking a cigarette. You say you're not hungry. I'm thinking like I'm not hungry at the same time. Like sometimes I got hella butcheries like at the same time. Like some shit sounds hella good, and then while I'm thinking about it, it's like fading out of my mind somehow. It's like I'm hungry, but I'm not. And it's something so good. It's like so I can't. I don't know, feel like I think I'm missing something.
Niggas barely on, boy, we even about searching for the truth, on the evil as well, screaming from my niggas until the demons get out, set up shop in the sleaziest house,
it's like an hour. That shit was crazy. Like, seriously? He's a good girl. He's a good girl. Shit. Oh, God. Reading about, like, mental snapshots where you, like, snapshot. I don't remember this moment exactly. It's so nice. Go, little girl. Go, little girl. Man. Oh my God. What stuff?
Yeah. Hey.
Damn, I feel like my shit's too fucking in. Add enough water. Add more water.
It's cold.
That's why it should be cold. A little bit. Like, I mean, the food's like not cooked, but it's like not enough. I put way too many packets, I think.
Like that?
It's good. And it's gonna fucking make it perfect or ruin it. I don't know why. I can't tell. It's like, you know, like that fucking, how I say, like, matter, like, is fucking, or like shit, like, being in the form of, like, something that's like, it's so hard to talk. Shit. Like, fucking, what am I talking about? What was I talking about for a second?
Yeah, you're talking about the consistency of that.
What's the after that one?
Oh.
Oh no. Forgot that. I'll come back to you. Sure. Oh no, yeah, I was saying, like, shit, like, that could have, like, multiple states. Like, any kind of, like, any kind of object that, like, normally would have, like, this kind of, like, this kind of state, that kind of state. But then, like, the idea of it being in, like, all states at once. That's what I'm talking about. It's hard to put that to words. Basically, like, everything like there would be no right answer or like I don't know. Like um shit just like it's like something that can't it's like an idea so it's like hard to do it or like process it or think about it in reality I guess. Of, like something being in all states at once. That's a weird thing to think about.
Did you hear what Alina said when she left? I guess she's gonna buy him a tattoo.
What?
Her name.
Something they're still in the room or something, isn't it?
She's a TV.
That's what I'm thinking, like, in my head, it just sounded so good, but it's like, it still is good, but it's not. What I was thinking. But at the same time, it's like, my, I don't know how to. Fuck. It's dumb. It's dumb like how good it feels to like laugh for some reason you're trying like when you're trying not to laugh or something how good it feels for some reason. I can't stop. Oh fuck dude. Oh. It's weird how like connected we are with like everything.
Stop eye fucking my food, dog.
It's so weird thinking about this shit even like the food. It's like not appetizing. The sound you pick it up and you put it in your mouth.
That's how I am most of the time, bro. I'm just not hungry most of the time. I feel like I got an eating disorder.
It just makes, yeah, maybe that's what, I was like, it doesn't make sense, but it makes sense, I guess. It doesn't make sense to us.
Stop laughing. You're like, oh shit.
It's crazy how fucking, like, time dilation works and shit, too, like, how long it's felt like.
Yeah.
Like, it's been, like, fucking hours. It's only been, like, an hour or two. Like, I'm just, repeating, like, the last minute. Oh. I think it's another weird thing, like, to think about thought, like, we are, like, we only know what we are because of stuff we've already written and, like, documented. It's weird that, like, we're, like, just lost how to say it again. Yeah, like, what a human is like, or how we think we're supposed to feel is like based on like something that like other humans have like documented and like wrote, like this is what human thoughts are, human feelings are, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's like fucking, I don't know. Like half, I feel like in my head, like halfway there making sense, but like can't say what I'm trying to say.
It makes sense what you're saying.
It's like everything that is in our head is like human or whatever the fuck, but like with all like other organisms and shit like that don't have like human thought.
What about it?
What
about it? Like the dog, you don't have human thoughts.
Like, I don't know. Trying to, I don't know what I was saying out or what the point was. But I'm saying, like, oh yeah, it's weird that, like, like, I don't know, I guess it's just, like, yeah, like how we define things as, like, human nature or whatever the fuck. It's just, like,
If you think about it, it's not just human nature though, because the animals have it too. They hear, they fucking see, they eat, they sleep, they poop, pee,
but,
they look up and down. but they don't fucking. They just don't talk. That's really the only fucking thing they don't do. They have every other emotion. You know what I'm saying? They got everything. Like, she can show you if she's mad, if she's fucking spiteful, or.
It's weird that like fucking
Just test your baddie in there. Well, they're both.
it looks like kind of like
She's just hungry all the time. I see you eyeballing everything.
hungry still.
Dude, she'll eat everything. I swear to fucking God. Do you think I'm playing? If you gave her that right now, she'd eat every single bite. Lick that shit clean and still look for more. I don't think she can get full. But for real, I've never seen her full. For real, she's eating anything we thrown at her. And she's had a lot of good food. She's eating burritos, she's eating fucking tacos. And you're like, I know. But I don't now. Look at her all fucking like, oh shit, here we go. Did I tell you that when my anxiety was like at its peak and I was paranoid about everything, this song randomly played? I was tripping balls and I was listening to music and I didn't even have
before you ever heard it before?
Yeah. I didn't know I ever listened to it.
That's so weird. That's something that's like.
That's all. Let it all work. That's all. I was like, oh shit, let me calm the fuck down real quick.
How fucking long has it been since you've seen Halloween shit on YouTube?
Long ass time.
Kind of fucking. That's what I'm saying. Like, I haven't seen him, especially doing the rap stuff in a while. Mostly just like him talking about like rap or like other kind of shit. But it's like basically like, would you like consider his career over? Like he didn't fucking. I guess you could say he didn't have like a traditional career, like, or like he's not making any more music. You think he's like ever gonna come back out like in the future with like the passion and like want to make more music and shit? I've heard that he had to like have people like
search up like or like basically like look up music or look up his lyrics on any new songs he wrote just to make sure he hasn't said it before. Just, dude, it's 10. Hello.
Hi, Dad.
Are you asleep?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. I love you.
How are you?
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Wait. Hello, here. Still got this shit recording. How long has it been? 2 hours? That's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like it's been so long. Did you give me my snacks?
Hmm?
Did you give me my snacks?
Bro, you both
That's
said
okay.
nothing.
Yeah. Have a. No? You're so mean.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
Okay, yeah, picture.
Yeah. Put it back. Right here, picture.
Mom, what no, Uncle. No, Uncle's smoking and stuff. Go. Go. No. Go. You're spilling your bubbles.
Comedy show. Oh, you got comedy something. fuck's using my account?
Hmm.
Who the hell is Gub Gub? Amazon.
It's like, diabetes.
Because I see Saya, Alina, Delilah, me, and Mom. But somebody's on my account watching Tracker, Killer or something, caught on camera.
Pretty sure it's not fucking Live or something?
Criminal Minds.
I don't know. He's not being here.
You think so?
I don't think Live watches it, do you?
What?
Oh no, it's like trying to read these and I just keep thinking about I want to watch something funny and it's making me laugh. That shit doesn't make any sense. You have the fucking recruit. Oh, yeah. Oh, I fucking want this shit to heal and it won't heal. 2 days, it's pissed me off. Oh, you don't usually show up.
You have my account?
Mm-hmm.
Say my name.
Signed out.
Oh.
Yeah, those, I think all those ones are signed out, so they're great. I don't know why they're not on there, what that means. Oh, look at you, you casted to this. You casted as Roku before, or fucking no. Kanye West? Really? It's not AI. Fuck with Sweetfoot. Is it Whisperer or something?
Yeah.
What the fuck is this?
Horrifying Victorian fashion trends.
Yeah, which one's
Victorian age.
blocking?
Great Britain's King William IV dies a death in 1837, and his 18-year-old niece Victoria takes the throne. This era marked a huge turning point in the history of the British Empire. Slavery had just been abolished, stricter labor laws were seeing less children getting smeared in gears, industry was booming, and literacy and education were on the rise. Sure, there was still
I don't know,
awful
it's
lot of
like
poverty and disease.
it needs to be in the
one step at a time.
line of it,
Another
or
aspect that became a main
it
focal
has to
point
be.
during the Victorian age was that of modesty. Ironically enough, the idea of modesty, at least for the upper class, was flexing as much wealth as possible. The easiest way to do that was by how you dressed. It was a quick way to tell anyone crossing your path what your status was. For instance, when you're out in public and you see a dude decked out in Supreme brand everything, you know without a doubt that that guy is a douche. You know when you watch movies or shows that depict the rich and the royals, and you always see them wearing those big bulky dresses? Well, they were a very real fashion trend in the mid-19th century. Women would have layer after layer of dress slammed onto them to achieve that iconic bell-shaped look. I mean, these things were sometimes up to 8 layers thick. So while dudes were rocking simple coats and slacks, some women were drowning in their dresses, which, depending on the material type, could weigh upwards of 30 pounds. Thankfully, in 1856, a Parisian inventor came through with a product designed to lighten the load: the crinoline cage. A large brace fitted under a single dress layer that gave all of the desired poof with far less pain. Reducing the overall weight burden by up to 75%, the structure was fashioned from lightweight steel rings strapped together to form the desired shape. With less layers to worry about, dresses could be exaggerated further with wider, fuller, and frankly ridiculous proportions, with dresses commonly reaching up to 6 feet in diameter. I mean, them things ain't girth. It wasn't long until the crinoline craze completely flooded the market, and thanks to that whole industrial revolution thing going on, articles of clothing that took weeks of handcrafting could now be mass-produced for pence on the pound, meaning that even higher-end fashion could be enjoyed across all societal classes, albeit with cheaper materials. But while these dresses offered women a more acceptable mobility to style ratio, it came with a few inherent dangers. The first and most obvious was the sheer size. Although they were looking fine as hell, women found the dresses to be flat out inconvenient. Getting on and off public transportation, taking up space in small shops and rooms, constant trips and falls, it became a public nuisance. In an act of horrible judgment, some women took the trend into the workplace, the highly industrialized, full of moving parts workplace. Now, if you're familiar with any videos watermarked with a Live Leak logo, you know that loose fabric and heavy machinery do not mix. According to an 1864 Irish newspaper, a young worker woman passed by an unguarded, steam-powered 4-inch mechanical shaft. Her dress was snagged, and she was instantly entangled and mangled in the shaft for 3 whole minutes before the machine could be stopped. Oops. Her spine was snapped in multiple spots, and she died shortly after. Now, since mangled corpses can negatively affect productivity, factories began banning the dresses on the floor. The other danger, of course, was fire. You know, that very element that drove every aspect of human life at the time. Heat, fireplaces, light, oil lamps and candles, machinery, steam boilers. Fire was everywhere, and these crinoline-clad ladies were essentially walking kindling. Now, thousands, I shit you not, thousands of deaths were recorded as a result of crinoline dresses catching fire and engulfing their wearers. So while there were documented deaths on the individual level, like 14-year-old kitchen maid Margaret Davy, whose personality celebration was killed on a fireplace mantle, or 16-year-old Emma Musson, who burst into flames after a spark from a nearby kitchen fire landed on her dress, there was perhaps the most infamous incident involving the crinoline dresses, one that didn't even occur in Great Britain. On December 8, 1863, a fire broke out in La Iglesia de la Compañía de Jesús in Santiago, Chile. Yeah, I took Spanish in high school. The death toll was estimated to be between 2,000 to 3,000 people, with the overwhelming amount of those deaths being credited towards the crinoline dresses that most of the women were wearing that night. Yeah, they weren't the direct cause of the fire, but with so many poofily dressed women fleeing towards the exit at once, people were tripping left and right, frantically trampling over each other's bodies in an attempt to save their own lives. The fire quickly swept across the flammable fabric masses, consuming the crowd. A wall of human bodies blocked the only exit, trapping any hopeful survivors inside before the entire roof caved in on them. Yeah, you didn't think a story about dresses would get this tragic, did you? Luckily, people began to realize the downside of the fashion trend, and by the late 1860s, just over a decade after its appearance on the market, crinoline dress shapes began to shrink, shifting any junk to the trunk.
Slimmer and much more manageable dress sizes became the standard with the rise of the bustle in the 1870s, much to the dismay of the local
Rise of
undertakers.
the bustle.
Yeah, like that long distance
The
to
last
walk
thing you
or
want to
something.
think of after proudly painting your
jump
house
on
is...
her back.
See, like the
Unfortunately, that's a
table
question
and
that
you
many
eat.
fellas in the 1800s had to ask themselves. Also, why they had the audacity to paint their walls green. But not just any green, Sheila's green. Invented in 1775 by one world-renowned Swedish chemist, Carl Wilhelm Scheele. That's Sheila, like the tank. This guy had a huge amount of discoveries under his big smelly belt, including various elements like barium, tungsten, chlorine, and even oxygen. During one of his daily routines of
Fuck you
zapping it
discover
over various
oxygen.
dangerous chemicals, he managed to accidentally create the new pigment. Damn, that's green as fuck. Carl spent the next few years perfecting the synthesis and formally published the recipe in 1778, though he warned of some potential health issues down the line should it be mass produced. You see, this shade of green was made from acidic copper arsenite. Arsenite? That sounds like arsenic. Yes. Yes, it does. 'Cause it is. Although very toxic, it was believed at the time that only those who directly ingested this stuff would be susceptible to its side effects. And you wouldn't slam down a big bucket of tasty green goop, would you? No. After inventing the shade of green, Sheila unfortunately turned a shade of blue as he passed on from this world in 1786 at the age of 43, luckily before seeing the consequences of his creation. With the recipe now published, manufacturers were looking to turn that green into gold. By the early 1800s, Sheila's green was used as a colorant in a wide variety of products, including dyes, paints, books, wallpapers, dresses, and of course, children's toys. Yeah, everyone wanted their own bit of green. Hell, even Queen Victoria herself had her own green wallpaper to admire. With such substantial demand, factories pushed their workers hard to meet that quota. And this is when the health risks became apparent. Factory fellows working with the arsenical dye reported various sores and symptoms related to arsenic poisoning, though they were largely dismissed or silenced. In the late 1850s, medical reports began circulating highlighting reports of arsenic poisoning from wallpaper. Now, homes back in the day didn't have the sophisticated climate control we have now, especially when it comes to humidity. So a common problem with wallpaper was that it would get all moist and moldy. When this happened, the wallpaper would let off a toxic arsine gas, which slowly poisoned the homeowners. The paper was also susceptible to flaking, with bits of green getting snorted into your airways and into your lungs. That's no good either. While toxic, arsenic also has the bonus property of being carcinogenic. Gives you cancer. It's estimated that thousands of people were either dead or dying from arsenic poisoning across the early and mid 1800s. People got sick, but knowledge surrounding arsenic poisoning itself was not clearly defined, so doctors often misdiagnosed the ailments, attributing them to something entirely different. Hi, well, there's a problem, boyo. You've been fingering too many leprechauns. Aye, so true. But the nail in the chromatic coffin came in 1861 with 19-year-old Matilda Schurer. She was a flower maker. With the boom of industry on everyone's doorstep and their surroundings getting grayer, browner, and sadder, people yearned for the reminders of the brilliant colors of nature, mainly flowers. So naturally, this opened up the market for artificial flowers. An element of the false bouquets were leaves. What color are leaves? No, come on, tell me. What color? Green, that's right. Sheila's green dyes were dustified and applied to fabric leaves to give them that vibrancy. Well, just like the flaking wallpaper, that dust nestled itself in workers' internals, causing crippling illness. Matilda reportedly had oozing sores across her skin where she handled the dust, with the whites of her eyes turning green and even violently vomiting bright green liquid. She sadly died on November 20th, 1861. With all these green symptoms, doctors could no longer ignore the reality. Sheila's green was deadly. Word spread and consumers dropped their green goods. Dresses were dumped, wallpapers were ripped from their walls. By the 1870s, manufacturers were forced to use less vibrant but arsenic-free greens in their products. It's not easy being green.
AAA Auto Insurance has been ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest.
Fresh raw meals from Instinct. Uncooked, uncompromised.
Getting online protection is easier than you think. Switch to the DuckDuckGo browser today. Switch to Google Fi Wireless and get unlimited premium, our most popular phone plan with maximum perks, like 50 gigabytes of high-speed hotspot tethering. Plus, stay connected on the go with no roaming fees in over 200 destinations. And connect tablets and laptops at no extra cost with data-only SIMs. It's all included with your phone plan at just $110 per month for 2 lines. Switch to unlimited premium from Google Fi Wireless.
Jumping back to the theme of prim and proper fashion in the Victorian age, one way to appear as an upstanding member of society was to keep your head up. Literally. A straightened posture was praised amongst the societal types. But why train yourself to keep your neck straight when you could just have your clothes do it for you? This is where the stiff high collar came in, and for a while, it had a chokehold on men's fashion. While giving fantastic circulation restricting support, it also served a secondary purpose of providing its wearer with a crisp and clean appearance. You see, with the many layers of Victorian fashion, undershirts were mostly covered up, save for around the length of your neck. Getting your clothes cleaned was expensive and time-consuming. Why clean a shirt that barely anyone sees anyway when you could just give the illusion of cleanliness? High collars were detachable by design, so instead of washing an entire shirt, you just needed the collar to look clean. The collars were ironed and heavily starched, making them extremely rigid, able to keep your chin up even if you're feeling down. But these restrictions and constrictions led to some afflictions. For one, these things were just plain uncomfortable. By the late 1800s, the collars pretty much reached the jawline, further exaggerating the posture to the point of ridiculousness and therefore danger. Even physicians at the time warned of the inherent problems of the collars, including their tendency to put too much pressure on the carotid arteries. Those are the ones that supply blood to your brain. Don't want to be blocking them things. Although a rare occurrence, it was still a risk. Unfortunately, it was a risk that took the lives of a few unlucky gents. In September of 1888, a young fellow by the name of John Cruzy drunkenly passed out on a bench one night in Druid Hill Park in Baltimore, Maryland. According to his autopsy, John was slumped over with his head drooping forward, pushing his stiff high collar into his neck, which cut off his air supply and choked him to death. There was also the case of William Dillon, who was found dead in his hotel room. He died from asphyxiation after severe indigestion had swollen his neck in his sleep, compressing it to his collar. Yeah, it's a really stupid way to go, but fashion back then was more about class than comfort. Luckily, the age of the stiff high collar was about to fold. Shifts towards more casual, comfortable clothing began to take hold in the 1920s and the 1930s. You also had the electric washing machine make its way to market around the same time, so dirtbags could now clean their shirts and no longer needed their collars. Thankfully, the high collar remained out of the spotlight for a while. But then that shit came back to haunt us in the 2000s. God, I could practically smell the Axe body spray. Now this is a well-known one when discussing deadly fashion trends. After all, the whole phrase "mad as a hatter" came from the Victorian era. With the extravagance and intricacies of elaborate outfits at that time, you also needed to accessorize. That meant wearing a fancy-ass hat on your fancy-ass head. So the hat business was brimming with eager customers. You had tall hats, small hats, even sailor straw hats, sun hats, wide hats, flower hats, and side hats. Some hats for him, some hats for her. Hats stacked with feathers and even ones with fur. There were endless choices for a fashionable head. It's just a shame that many of their makers were gonna wind up dead. The art of hat making was tedious and dangerous, not just because of needles and such, but the chemical processes involved. Yeah, nothing was really safe from harsh chemicals in those days. One of the most common materials used to make hats was felt. If you're unaware, felt is basically fibers added together and compressed into a single material. In order to do this reliably and quickly in the 1800s, a process called kerating was performed. Animal pelts, usually beaver or rabbit, would be saturated in a mercuric nitrate solution. This allowed the fibers to separate from the hides and make them more pliable and more easily formed into the sheets of felt. This process also turned the furs a dark orange color, hence the name keratin. Ooh, pretty. If you are a frequent watcher of my stuff, which you should be, you know that I've gone into detail about mercury poisoning before, but let's refresh. Mercury vapors from the keratin process were, obviously, very toxic. This excessive, prolonged exposure subjected victims to mercury poisoning, which can evolve into a neurological disorder known as erethism, or the Mad Hatter's disease. It's characterized by personality, physical, and neurological symptoms ranging from low self-confidence, depression, and irritability to delirium, headaches, and uncontrollable shakiness or tremors. It's an exhausting and devastating disorder, and it's sadly way more common than people realize. According to a publication by the American Journal of Industrial Medicine, between 15 to 50% of hatters surveyed in the armpit that is New Jersey showed symptoms of mercury poisoning in 1886, increasing to 60% by 1889, and hitting an apex in 1934 at around 80%. As a double whammy, many of the more ornate hats at the time donned artificial flowers, most of which were dusted with the arsenical Sheila's green. Now, while the dust certainly affected the customers, there's actually very few, if any, reported cases of mercury poisoning resulting from simply wearing the hats. This is because the harmful vapors were either fully baked off in the manufacturing process or essentially sealed within the material, unable to affect the end user. While the adverse health effects of mercury poisoning were well known at the time, it actually wasn't until 1941 that mercury usage was banned in hat manufacturing. And it wasn't even out of medical concern. You see, mercury was a key component in artillery detonators, so the Allies needed all of the mercury they could get to drop some freedom on the Nazis in World War II. As for the UK, however, mercury usage in hat making was never formally banned. It just fell out of favor once safer chemicals like hydrogen peroxide were substituted in around the 1960s. Nice one, gents.
Yeah.
Now this one's gonna be short, because if you are a fine fella that partakes in the use of false eyelashes to accentuate your eyes, be glad that you weren't around in the Victorian age. Although rare, there is some evidence that suggests a French procedure for sewn-on false lashes. Yeah, no thanks. According to an article by French-sounding yet English
Rebecca piercings or no?